Yo, it's the KIDHYPHEN, the Kid Hyphen, and you tuned in with the Moonwalkers Chat podcast.
Tell me how you feeling if you wanna be found. I know there's love in this world, you just gotta be down. Your last man did what? Goddamn, you a clown. You a queen in my eyes, so I hand you the crown. I respect you with the utmost, beloved, when your butt goes up and down, round and round, the way love goes. Love and satisfaction, you always had to ask him again and again. You a young Janet Jackson.
What's going on, guys? This is the Moonwalkers Chat podcast with just Mr. P and Dove Angel D, and this is episode number 9. Today, we have our current guest, Mr. Kid Hyphen. You guys may know him from social media. He has this current dope track out called Young Janet Jackson. I don't know if you've heard it. Some have heard it, some haven't. But if you haven't, you have to check it out. But first off, Kid Hyphen, where you at?
I'm right here. I'm in the crib, literally. But I'm also here on the podcast, virtually with y'all. So what's going on, y'all? I'm chilling.
Well, thank you for joining us on the podcast. Dove, you with me?
I'm here.
All right. So let's get this ball rolling. Well, all right. Like I was telling you before the podcast actually started, Dove had introduced me to your music, and I had told her how dope it was, especially the Young Janet Jackson track that you had put out.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that heavily. That means a lot.
When I had looked your track up, I had seen that Janet Jackson had shared it. So, like, what was the feeling like when Janet Jackson had actually shared your music? Like, what was that feeling like?
Man, anytime, like, the story even comes up, I almost have to remind myself that even actually happened. It was on Super Bowl Sunday, and I had released the track a while before that, just to give, like, a precursor. I was about at, like, 3,000 some odd Instagram followers at that point in time. Now I'm at a little bit over 10K. But the song was out. It was out already. It was out for a cool little minute. It was doing, like, you know, like my usual core fan base, like my core supporters were supporting it. But
right.
I never even, like, tagged Janet Jackson in it or anything like that. I never put it out there like, yo, everybody tag Janet Jackson in the comments. Like, it wasn't even that kind of thing. It was just like, yo, check out this freestyle or whatever.
Right.
And you can even go back onto the original post, and it's so crazy because now that post is actually real popping because she had commented on that post.
Right.
But before that, like, it wasn't even like a ploy that I would do or that a lot of people would do on social media, where they would be like, yo, tag this artist so that they can see it and repost my thing or whatever. Like, that was the furthest thing from my intention. But you know, God willing, things just happened the way they were, and it all really just fell into place in a matter of, like, it see, like, the specific day that she found it is literally like when it got posted. The whole story is crazy. Like, I initially thought that it was a guy named Joey Harris, who's the one who reached out to me first. Like, she had sent Joey Harris as her liaison to figure out if I was the one who was rapping in the video, because the video was done as a short form video on the popular rap
video was dope,
called
though.
Triller. So I had done the Triller, and then they, you know, like with Trillers, a lot of kids just, like, dub over, like, anybody's song they want. But they weren't sure if I was the person. I was like, yeah, that's me. And then as soon as they confirmed that it was me, then she, like, reposted it. And then it was just crazy because the comments started coming in, the follows started coming in, it started going insane. Like, it was overwhelming, honestly. Like, my DM, like, I literally, the very next day, I had over 200 text messages and over 300 unread DMs. Wow. And, like, the first day was, like, over 1,000 followers. And then it just kept going and going as the days passed. And then, like, for me, I was just engaging with everybody. Like, I was 24/7 on my phone answering back every single comment and DM that came my way.
Wow.
That's how you retain all the supporters. I was like, I need you to stick around. I got more shit. I need you to stick around. I got a lot more music. Like, don't just think, this is just a post or whatever.
Right.
So then I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. I had to redecorate my whole Instagram. I started dropping like a whole bunch of other music. I had to basically curate my timeline posts because my Instagram wasn't really like that before. It was just a whole bunch of random stuff,
Right. So it was kind of like a rebranding.
Yeah, I completely rebranded Instagram. There was like some stuff on there. I don't know, God, this has to get off here before people find it. And I did the same thing with Twitter. I cleaned up the Twitter. I cleaned up every social media there was. Because there I was like, nah, I got a lot of stuff on here that a lot of these fans aren't going to like. So let me just put that in the back burner real quick.
Right.
Yeah, that moment's insane. And then that whole week was insane because that week she also invited me to meet her at a Jimmy Fallon show.
Seriously?
Wow. Yeah,
she was doing a media week here in New York to announce the release of her album called Black Diamond, right?
Right.
Like, no one had known Janet was coming out with any new music, or no one even knew that there was an album coming out at all. And at first, Joey Harris had reached out to me, and he was like, yo, we're going to be in New York with Jimmy Fallon, this, that, and the third. And at first, it was something that there wasn't even for sure. Like, he didn't know if he'd be able to get me a seat.
Right.
But then, like, I had done a show. So that week, I was just hot. So I was taking every opportunity. So there was a show in the Bronx, and I had done the show. I killed it. And then right after the show, I got the call from Joey Harris. He was like, yo, I got you a ticket. But before that, anyway, I had already gotten a ticket by my guy Eric Kelly, who knows Black Thought. Like, he had pulled that favor for me.
Oh,
and
wow.
give me a little background. My day job, I work as a boxing coach at a boxing gym. And
Right.
Eric Kelly's the owner. And he's a former boxer himself. So he's like, he's verified on every social media, etc. Like, he got a good social media following too. Plus, he trains a lot of celebrities. So he pulled that favor for me. But it ended up being like I didn't really need it anyway because I got the ticket from Joey Harris as well.
Oh, that's what's up.
And then, like, I went there, met Jimmy. I got the full, like, VIP treatment. I had a dressing room. You name it, like waters, all kind of snacks and crackers and all kinds of things you get at, like, a thing like that. And it was just dope, man. Like, I was right next to the queen. Like, it was amazing.
That has to be amazing to even be near Janet. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was like it could be me embellishing it as a super fan, but it was like she was like a stage like Jedi or something. Like, she walks as if like she has seen 1,000 lifetimes before, and like as if she's met, like when she looks at you, it's like she's looking through your soul. Like she's met you like 800 lifetimes ago, And
Right.
She just knows it's very hard to like surprise her or break her peace. Her piece is she's so in tune with her own piece. Like, it's really admirable, and you can sense that energy emanating off of her as well.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's your wifey, Daryl.
I know. I'm just taking things. I'm like, just to even be around Janet Jackson, I would have been freaking the hell out because it's like that's been my baby for a long time, man.
It was crazy. Yeah, man. Being that close to Janet Jackson is just like, it was just crazy because before that, it's an amalgamation of things. Like, as soon as I get in there, my boy E is like, yo, I need to come rap for Eric. I need to come rap for Black Thought. And I'm like, but like, so I'm getting pulled between my boy Eric, who's friends with Black Thought, and then Joey Harris, and I'm there to see Janet. So I'm rapping with Black Thought. I'm talking to him. Me and him are talking hip hop, which that's amazing by itself. I got Jimmy Fallon dapping me up. Like, it's crazy. Like, the whole event in itself is just a whole bunch of things happening at once,
Oh, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, man. So I was just doing my, like, every day I just tried to do my best. I went in there like, you know what, man, I'm going to just be me. I'm going to do what I do. And my talents and who I am as a person will shine through whatever it is. I don't like to prepare for stuff too much. I just like to be myself and, let God take the wheel. You feel me?
There you go. Amen.
Hey, right on. So at one of those shows that you actually performed at, which songs did you actually perform?
All right, so I always open up my shows. I usually open up my shows with a freestyle, so I'll start off and just show the crowd that I'm on some boom bap, original 90s lyricism shit, and I'll start off with like some straight up like hardcore freestyle, and then I'll get into my actual real music, like my catalog, But my main song that I perform at shows is a song called Homewrecker. Homewrecker is the one that people just go crazy for. Like, they love it, and it just hits them. It's an instant hit every time I perform it. Because it has like a real comedic tone to it.
Yeah.
And no matter what crowd, like this crowd in the Bronx was mixed. It was a couple of older women mixed with a young crowd, and I just stood out like a real sore thumb because like when I go out, I like to dress up. You know, like I really like, I don't know, I guess my fashion sense is a little bit out there. So I already know people are kind of like looking at me like, you know, like, damn, I wonder what the hell is he about to even go do on that mic. Like, and they don't really expect me to perform the music that I do. So they're kind of thrown off a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely, my main song I always open up the shows with is Homewrecker.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Amazing.
I've heard it.
Homewrecker is the one that people go crazy for. Like, the lyrics always got people cracking up. Like, I've had people play it on like their radio shows and podcasts, and I've gotten their reactions. Like, they just go crazy for that song. Like, that's the one. Like, that one gets a real video to it and some marketing behind it. Yo, that one is out of here.
And the other song, I like the other song too. What is it called?
Which one?
What is it? It's a difficult name.
The album? Or is it a freestyle? Is there a video to it?
I don't think there's a video. You freestyled it a few times on Instagram. I love that song.
Trying to think.
You have it on your YouTube channel though.
Yeah. As what? Is it just a cover?
No, not a cover.
I got so many songs. It's so crazy.
I know. It's a lot.
It could be Lucchini.
No,
I mean,
not Lucchini.
Is it a freestyle to a actual beat, or is it is it my song?
I think it's yours. I told you about it, Daryl. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm
trying to think.
But anyway.
See, because I have favorites of my own currently.
I got an album called Essia, which stands for Every Song Is About Her.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are familiar with that album. That album has a lot of my visuals on it. That has probably my best music video to date. That video is to a song called Single. That one's pretty dope. As far as freestyles, I've released Young Janet Jackson, Young Genuine, Young Lucchini, which is me rapping over the Camp Low Lucchini beat. That's out right now. I got Cosmic Alicia Keys. Like,
that shit is fire.
yeah, like a lot of people are going crazy for that one too. So those are like freestyles over, you know, like those artists' beats and me paying homage to them, you know. But as far as my original song, I'm trying to think of what the original song is. I think she might be talking about Ballad of Pain.
No, it's Catharsis.
That's one of my favorites,
okay,
though.
Catharsis. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's real
Love
stuff.
it.
Yeah, Catharsis. Okay.
Love it.
You can finally be free of me. Believe me, it doesn't come easily. Yeah, Catharsis.
He happened to mention one of my favorites, though, Ballad of Pain. That's my shit.
Yeah.
That shit is deep.
Yeah. I'm one of a kind with the infinite flow. You know you blind if you think it ain't so. It's my Ballad of Pain. I go, yeah, that's
You go hard on that song.
Yeah, I've spit that one in a lot of Instagram freestyles. So that's why I thought she was maybe talking about that one. Because that one I spit for Sway. I spit that one for everybody.
That's one of your popular joints right now.
Yeah, plus it's one of those that got a crazy flow, a crazy 16. Once people hear it, they just like, it's an instant, it's a good like verse for a cypher.
So where did this all start, kid?
Damn, that's a long journey. Honestly, to really pinpoint a start for it is really hard for me. I've always been musically inclined. So, I mean, that's just something that exists in me intrinsically. As far as I've been a sentient being, I've always had a real big affinity for music. As far as rapping specifically, I was already like writing a lot of poetry. When I was like 9, 10, 11, I would say like 11 or 12 is when I wrote my first actual rap intended to be a rap.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I still have that rhyme too. That shit is crazy.
Dope. So.
And so at that time, my favorite rapper is my at that time it was Fabulous, Jadakiss, Big L, DMX. There was Cannabis, it was Eminem, Jay-Z. Like, those were the guys I wanted to rap like and then be like and use their flows and studied, and I connected all my syllables in certain ways so that I could emulate them and even rap like them. I got verses that sound exactly like old Cameron. Like, I got verses that sound exactly like old Fab, where I was still, and then as I evolved, you know, you blend and mix all those people who, like, you got your flow from, then it becomes your own unique flow.
Right,
exactly, because that was what I was gonna tell you. You have this special thing. I don't know. It's not even that you're this normal rapper. If I look at you, I wouldn't think, oh, this guy is a rapper, or this guy.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, yeah, and then you start singing or rapping or whatever, and you.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, I be mixing the singing with the rapping and all that. Yeah, I just be rhymenizing.
And it's dope that you could switch the tempo up on how you rap, because I noticed you actually switch tempos on the speeds of how you rap, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I do that a lot too. I love that flow, that first flow. Like, that's one of my favorite flows to use. It's actually a flow that comes really easy to me, and it's funny because a lot of people have asked me to teach them how to rap.
yeah,
That's like one of the first things I go through. Like, a drill I would put my friends through is to say the crisscross rap. Because on the miggity Mac Daddy, it's on the miggity Mac. You know, some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. No, some of them try to rhyme, but they can't. And, you know, some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. No, some of them try to rhyme, but they can't. Like, just being able to say that is actually actually hard for some people. So, like, I always tell them, like, if you want to rap like me, you got to be able to at least do the flow first. If I can write you a rhyme, and I've even done that with artists I've ghostwritten for.
right.
A whole bunch of artists. Where, like, I can't write them a too complex rhyme as far as the flow goes because they just can't get it. Because they don't have the ability to rap that way. So I have to write them a real basic rhyme.
Because it's based on your flow.
Yeah. But then, like, I'm able to write in any style. Like, I could write in so many different styles. I could write a country song if I wanted to, an R&B song. It doesn't matter. I could write a rock and roll song.
Well, that's what's up. That's
really, like, a lot of people like my flows and my metaphors and things like that, but, like, the thing I herald myself for the most, that I like about me, is my songwriting ability.
That's amazing.
Like, that's what I hold to my heart most true, like, my ability to come up with true lyrics, really dope harmonies and melodies, and to actually write, like, cool hooks and choruses and things that people can sing along to, and, like, that they vibrate to.
Do you have any Spanglish things done, or are you coming to, or is it something that people like
I doubt it. Just cause, okay. Damn, have I ever even? Nah, I definitely don't have any, and I don't know if I plan on it. Even though my boy, like, was like, we were walking on the street one time, he's always asking me to do, like, some Spanish trap song. I don't know if I'll ever actually do it. It would have to be a collaboration where I felt comfortable with somebody else doing it, you know?
Right.
It's just, one, I don't speak Spanish fluently, so that's already tough. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the biggest barrier right there.
Well, that's not even a big problem. I mean, just throw around a few words in Spanish.
Yeah, no, I could definitely finesse it. I could do it enough, but it's not going to be at the lyrical ability that I herald myself to, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel you on that.
Like, if I'm Nas in English, I'm fucking, I don't know, like, I'm fucking, like, Eazy-E in Spanish or somebody. I don't know, somebody doesn't really rap. But,
yeah.
Like, not on that level. Like, in Spanish, I'll be trash, so.
He's like, cruising. No, it's cruising.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not gonna be good.
No, I feel you on that. So, I mean, out of all the span of songs, how many songs do you think you actually have written since you actually have started putting music out?
Man, that's well over, that's, like, we're talking about thousands. To put a realistic number on it, I've probably written well over 2,000 songs.
God damn. It's a lot of songs.
I probably have recorded, and, like, actual recordings, probably in the range of maybe between 180 to 250 in actual songs recorded.
Damn.
But actual songs written, just in the bag now. A lot of these aren't, like special or anything, but definitely over 1,000, and probably over 2,000 to be honest.
Wow.
But definitely over 1,000.
That's talent right
I've been
there.
writing songs since I was 14, 13, so we got a lot of songs. But I would say, as far as the estimate of real songs, with that I would actually take the time to record, probably over 500.
That's a lot of songs though, because even though over the course of my lifetime, I mean, I'm 35, and I've been writing songs on little by little since I was maybe 12, and I haven't even written that much in my lifetime. So to hear you say that you have that much, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
that's talent right there, though.
One of the main things I do, it's easy for me. It comes, I can't even understand the concept of writer's block or anything like that. I write so much. That's almost all I do. It's almost incorporated. Sometimes I more often have to stop myself from writing and do something else, or else I'll just get stuck in a void and I'll write nonstop.
Damn.
Wow.
But that's a hard-working individual right there, especially when it comes to being an artist. It just shows the drive that you have when it comes to your craft. So I respect that.
Drive and all that kind of stuff, that's more toward, I don't have to get up to write. Writing to me is just, that's what I do. That's my intrinsic nature, yeah.
Right.
Doing marketing and stuff like that is, what's tedious and what's, boring, per se. Making content, which I hate even that term for an artist. I just like to create my art and put it out there. So then, getting my curated hashtags and getting my 30 hashtags ready for a copy and paste, and then DMing everybody and this, that, the third, and putting it in my story and putting the link so people can swipe up. All that kind of stuff is extremely taxing, and just, I can't wait to have somebody to do that part for me.
Right.
As far as writing rhymes and raps, that's what I love to do, so that's easy.
Oh, that's what's up. And as far as going to the studio, I mean, when was the very first time that you went to a studio for your first recording session?
Okay, so the very first time I went to the studio, that story's actually crazy, because I was craving to go to the actual studio for a good minute, and my best friend, Rich P, he was recording, and he used to record downtown, and then I asked him, and then he brought me through. So that was my first studio experience. I was 16 the first time I went to the studio.
Okay. And what was that experience like?
And I started recording. So I still got songs from me being 16. It was like being at home. It was literally like that feeling you get when you know you belong somewhere. It was just fun. I went in there, and it's crazy because I already had an idea of the process before even really knowing what the actual process was. But I remember the first song I did, coming back home and playing it on a CD off of the speakers. My mind was blown. I couldn't believe the quality, which it was just a rough mix too. It was trash. But at that time, just hearing that rough mix come out of the speakers, I was blown away. I thought literally that first song I ever did, I was like, this is undeniable. This is the one that's gonna get me. You couldn't tell me that song wasn't it. You know?
Right.
But yeah, that's my first studio experience. I used to have an engineer named E, and it was dope. It really showed me the up and downs of the studio and got me acquainted with the studio itself. Mics, pop filters, doing doubles, doing ad-libs, layering your verses, bouncing a song, mixing, mastering. It just got me acquainted with everything that would be useful knowledge to me later on. Because I don't do any actually mixing myself, but I do direct my own mixing for all my songs. So I'm very familiar with the jargon and all the terminologies that the engineers use.
Right.
So now when I work with an engineer, it's very smooth. I'll be like, yo, add some reverb right here, or I'm gonna need a flanger on this layer. On my dubs, I want it to be a reverb delay, and then I'll ask for a beat filter at a third spot or do a drop. A lot of studio jargon, but it's important to know all those terminologies so that you can be in the same ecosystem with your engineer.
Right. But are you planning on just like doing stages and concerts and stuff, or are you just, you know? Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the whole plan. I mean, the last big show I did before that show in the Bronx was at this spot downtown called the Delancey. That one I got, I sold a decent amount of tickets to. Yeah, that's always something that's always available. You can definitely expect to see more Kid Hyphen shows once like the world opens up and gets back to normal, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then like I'm really trying hard. There's stuff I'm not even allowed to talk about, but I'm really trying hard to get on that Janet Jackson tour and open up for her.
Oh wow.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'll be epic. Like that's what I'm praying and wishing for and like lobbying for. So that'll be like epic. If I could just get the New York show and just, oh my God, that'd be amazing.
That would be crazy. I tried to get tickets to the New York show, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
You'll get that though. I don't know. I have a feeling about you.
I hope so. Woo! Let the feelings come true. Please let them be.
I guarantee though, once you hit that stage and perform and open for Janet Jackson, that's gonna take you to another stratosphere, bro. Trust me. It's gonna take you to another stratosphere. Like it's gonna take you way beyond. I'm just really hoping that happens for you because that's crazy. As like Janet Jackson, like every time.
All I ever ask is you put me in the room, I'll take care of the rest.
Hey, there you go.
That's what I do with everything. Like, even with all these Instagram lives, like I jumped into a lot of Instagram lives and stuff, and I was always like, just let me in the room. That's all I need. Like, anytime, the thing is, I've been at this so long that this is like, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to rap for you. Like, I'm supposed to show and prove. That's my job. Just show and prove. All I gotta do is show up. So, that's all I ever need. Like, as soon as Joey Harris even got me into the Jimmy Fallon joint, like, I knew what I was gonna do. I'm gonna just be me, do what I do. As long as you get me in the room, I'll take care of the rest. Win, lose, or draw, like, I don't mind as long as I got a fair shake, Right. A lot of times life doesn't really give you a fair shake anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right about that one.
But that's
I don't really dwell on the, yeah. I mean, my confidence, I guess, is just come from I've just practiced so much. I put in my 10,000 hours,
Like, I'm certified.
It's absolute peak of where it's at, There's nothing... When you practice to any level in anything that you do, right? And, like, even going back to, like, somebody like Bruce Lee, he has this quote, like, I'd rather do one kick 10,000 times than 10,000 kicks one time.
Right.
Like, I've rapped these verses a million times over and over again. Every day I wake up, I rap every verse I've ever written, just so it's in my head. I walk around my house, I'll do a mundane task, like I'll wash dishes, I'll cook, I'll clean my face, whatever I'm doing, and I'll rap every single verse I have while I'm juggling this other activity, just so that I always have those bars always on hand.
So you don't play no games when it comes to your craft at all.
Right. That's all I do. I mean, that's literally all I do,
I respect your hustle. I mean, you have to keep your craft perfect. Especially, I know you're going to make it big, yo. On some shit, I really know that you're going to make it big.
Man, thank you, man. Please manifest that. Need that.
No, for real. Like, if you put that sort of attitude into the air, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to put that energy into the air. So definitely, we rooting for you over here. Especially being that you're one of my fellow New York people. So definitely, like, from one New Yorker to the next, I definitely am pushing for you to actually hit it big. For sure.
Yeah, man, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Because, I mean, that's really, like, at the end of the day, like, that's all I need is the support. Like, as long as there are people who valiantly support, because it takes a village, Like, it really, people have to be behind the substance. Like, I can't do this on my own,
Right.
So that's why I'm always very welcoming to anybody who's willing to support me in this facet of my life, you know? Which is why I've removed and placed and put people in my life that are really supposed to be there that bring me up and have that kind of energy. Because a lot of people are just sticking around to see what happens, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Some are just gambling, or they just serve no purpose. They don't really serve you outside of things that are detrimental to yourself. Like,
you're right.
There might be that friend who always hits me up to like, yo, let's hit the bars and go bag some joints. But like, never bought an album, doesn't share no post of mine, etc. Like, we could drink, but what are we celebrating? Why are we celebrating this mundane life that we're living right now? Like, no, I have things I need to do. That's why I keep my mind very sharp. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I've never done no drugs. And I pretty much, you know, I'm single. I've been single for like damn near 5 years. And I'm just fully focused on music.
Music is your first love.
Like any outside interferences.
That sounds like music is your first love right there.
Yeah, most definitely. Music's my only true love. You know, there might be a physical manifestation at some point down the line, and I'm sure that person will do music herself, you know, but we'll see. Maybe she'll be my manifestation of my love for music. Maybe I'll dream her into real life.
Hey, there you go. And as far as influences go when it comes to music,
yeah.
Who's your biggest influence when it comes to music?
Okay, so music, my biggest influences have a broad range. Rap specifically, it's Fab, Big L, Eminem, Jay-Z, DMX, Jadakiss, so many. Even I'm trying to think who else. You know, like even guys who are more new, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. But music specifically, that ranges. My writing style is heavily influenced by a lot of different things too. I'm heavily influenced by R&B, by rock and roll, by country. My favorite artist probably all time is Prince. So I'm highly influenced by Prince. His style of writing, the lyricism, everything. I love folk. I love like Tracy Chapman. I love Tracy Chapman. She's
yeah, she's dope.
Like, I'm all about writers. Like, I'm all about the lyrics. So I'm very influenced by elite writers. Like, Prince is an elite writer. Tracy Chapman is an elite writer. So many, man. I think who else? Got Kurt Cobain. I go on for bands for days. There's Third Eye Blind. There's Counting Crows. Cat Stevens. I love Cat Stevens. I go on for days with like a bunch of artists from like the avant-garde and like who wrote in certain ways that really, and a lot of all their melodies too. I guess when you listen to my music, you could possibly really pick it up, be like, oh, okay, I see where there was some rock influence, or there was like some old school R&B influence, etc. You know, you'll definitely hear that a lot in my writing. Janet Jackson is definitely somebody who was a major influence. Then there's people who transcend music, where their music was an influence too, but they also influenced my character as well, like
right.
Tupac, you know? Like, Tupac is just somebody I've studied so much. I've seen like every Tupac documentary, every single interview, like heard every single album. Like, I'm a Tupac fanatic. So that's somebody I've studied so much. And then music, Prince, like I said, like I'm obsessed with Prince. Same thing with Michael Jackson. Those are my 1A and 1B of the two most talented human beings to have ever existed.
I agree with you.
My 1A and Michael Jackson is my 1B. I saw a performance with Prince where he starts the performance, he's playing the piano, and he has a guitar strapped to his back. Then he stands on the piano, transitions, flips around the guitar, starts doing a guitar solo while he's singing and dancing at the same time.
And that takes a lot of talent to do.
That's a ridiculous amount of talent. If you did that at any talent show, like if there was a galactic talent show where all the best, you know, human specimens competed in like some universal tournament, he would be our champion that we chose, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's you though, with your mic. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that is, and then, like, I do have, a lot of talent as far as that goes, but yeah, he's definitely, like, I definitely am highly influenced by guys like that. Like, my whole iTunes is really my influence. I got a lot of songs, but I also listen, I listen to an album a day. I got a big record collection. In fact, that's my record player in the back. I know y'all can see me, but the listeners can't. But I got a record player. I listen to records and albums all the time. I listen to every single thing. In fact, I got a whole collection of Spanish music too. And I've done all of it. I've just archived it. I mean, I don't fully understand all of it, but I've listened to all of it as far as the music goes,
Right.
So I'm well versed in a lot of music. There's I'm influenced by the music that comes on inside of anime. Like, it'll be like a piano sonata or something like that. I'll Shazam it, and then I'll have that on my iTunes, and then I'll know the whole history behind it, etc.
That's what's up. Because I've heard some dope anime things, so I feel you.
Sorry.
It's all right. Go ahead, Dove.
Go ahead. Say it again.
So when you're writing your songs or your poem or whatever, how it starts, you already know in your head what you want to do with that?
Not really. Damn, I wish. Okay, I would literally give you a live example. Like, I would play a beat right now and show you my whole process, but that might be a little weird on audio.
No, not at all. I mean, by all means, if you want that. Yeah, sure.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
See, this is why I like this guy so much. He's just so natural.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find a beat that I've downloaded recently or something. That I haven't done nothing to yet. The phone I'm on right now has all my rhymes on it anyway, but I'll show you what my process would be. This would be like that.
All right, cool.
But to answer your question, just the way you prefaced it, my writing style is always different. Sometimes, a lot of times, like for instance, like I'll be jogging or running, right? And I do these insane runs sometimes, or I'll just be doing some mundane tasks. I'll be walking to work, back from work with the actual thing, and I'll have the rhyme in my head, and I'll write completely to no beat at all. I got whole songs written to no beat at all, with a chorus, melody, verses, everything. And then I'll find the beat that fits the BPM that I wrote it in, and then I'll see like how it matches. Like I did that with Single. Like, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm not sure what to do. Like, that was really just a hook and verses that I wrote, not to any beat. And then I looked on YouTube for like an emotion and a beat that could really go with the lyrics, and I found a beat, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this fits perfectly. And then I adjust the flow a little bit and the BPM in certain parts of my writing to make it fit the beat more better. But that's one way. But sometimes I hear the beat and then like the song writes itself, or at least that's how I refer to it. Where like I'll listen to the beat and literally all the words come flowing out of me. Those are my favorite to write because the beat, the music is so strong that it's just bringing the words out of me, and I'm just able to just go crazy with it, and then the song literally just writes itself. The hardest for me, which isn't hard, it's more tedious. It's not like it's actually very difficult. Is to write for other people. I got other people I write for, and then like when they want something very specific, it comes out good. It comes out great, honestly, because they love it. But it's definitely harder to write for somebody else, especially because like you want to keep the good stuff for yourself. Yeah, you know. So it's like hard to give away like your words, which are like my babies. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna give you a whole rhyme for a little.
I feel you.
Bucks, you know, like you know, it's kind of hard. Oh, let me see if this Bluetooth speaker works right now.
It's like I'm giving my kids away for adoption or something.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I feel you.
Some beats. So I'm gonna put these beats live. I've never written nothing to any of these. I'm gonna just play some that might be beats at some point. Are you guys able to hear that beat or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll bring the speaker a little bit closer. you guys able to hear this? Or is it too loud?
Yeah, I can hear it.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
So for something like this is like a real like hip hop track. So I would make sure that I would do like a slow flow, and that I'd be rapping something that's gonna have a lot of meaning, you know. And I would, let me see. So this is the hook right here, right? And then on the hook, I would just harmonize with the sample they already have there. Feel you, feel you, feel you, feel you. Said I just want you around. I just want you around. It's like I just want you around. Said I want you when I need you, know it. I be going, I be easy flowing. I can see it deep inside your eyes. And you be telling that there's no surprise. Ride with it, you mind with it. I promise if we share real love, I'll never hide in it. And then, you know, I'll do a flow like that. I was just freestyling all that. But that's the way that I will construct the basic flow.
Right.
And I might get the flow, and then I'll fill in the same way. Or, like, I'll freestyle it, and I'll keep the parts that were dope, and then I'll trap, like, the parts that weren't that dope, you know?
Yeah.
But
that's
just
dope.
Like, so that's for, like, a real hip-hop beat. Let me see if I have something more strange. Let me see.
That's dope, though.
Alright, so this is like some R&B guitar.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Timmy on the track.
And this, I would do like something real, like for the girls, you know, I'd be like, I set it free, I let it be. She know that I love her, she know that I need her, she know that I want her, she know there's no other, I feel you. Got to know, I gotta go, when you leaving me. You gotta know, I got a couple of secrets. Sometimes I wish I could keep them. I'm in love with you, I'm sneaking, I just know that you got it. And I'm just freestyling all that, but I always freestyle, because freestyle is my main thing. And
Right.
then I'll freestyle the melodies and the harmonies, and I'll get an idea of where I want the song to go as far as the concept too. And then I'll come up with the actual concept. The concept is like a real important part for me. Like on the hook right here, it'll be like, you see, we're just friends, ain't nobody dressing or dressing. I don't know if I can take it. No. I don't know if I'ma make it. Like, I will come up with the melody and the concept, something around that, you know?
Right.
But yeah, that's basically like a little insight on how I come up with like a melody and like the bars, etc. I'll just listen to the beat. If it's something that has a beat first, you know, and then I'll just start freestyling, see what fits, what melodies fit, and also the range of my voice. Like some beats were so dope, but I know that they don't really fit my vocal register, you know?
Right.
Like I know my limits as well as far as when it comes to doing something more melodic, you know, like I have a range that I'm comfortable singing in, you know, as well. So that all comes into play. Like some beats I'll be like, this is so dope, but I know I can't really sing in the key that this beat demands, or even like rap right in that key because it won't sound right.
No.
I feel you.
That's basically, so that was hip hop, like a straight up hip hop song, and then the other one was more like an R&B guitar. But yeah. And those might become songs down the line, so stay tuned. You never know. Might have to listen back to this podcast after that to find out what the hell I just said. On all those parts where I was freestyling, I don't know what I just said.
So are you currently working on any new music or any new projects?
Yeah, so I got 2 albums I'm working on, and in the midst of those 2 albums, I'm always releasing like a song every week, which is mostly like, I'm always releasing freestyles. So I've been doing the whole Young series. I did Young Janet Jackson, Young Genuine. I got Young 50 Cent. I got a whole bunch of Youngs. And then I have 2 albums coming out. So my last album that I spoke about before, called Essia, that's every song is about her.
Right.
That whole album is about my relationship I had with my ex-girlfriend. That's the album that has that song you guys like on it called Catharsis.
Oh, that's dope.
So that whole entire album is about her. So the next album I got coming out is called Girls. And every song on that album is about a specific girl that I wrote it about. So the song is also going to have her name as the title song. So that song is about all the girls that are in my life. And that's more in the lane, like if you like Essia, you'll like Girls. And then Boys is really up-tempo and more braggadocious rap. And it's the same concept. It's all the male energy and the male characters and people that inspired me and motivated me for those specific songs. Like I got Young 50 Cent on Boys. I got a song called Nudist on Boys. What else? I got Legend of the Falls, which is a Brad Pitt movie where he fights a bear.
Right.
I got a whole bunch of songs on Boys. So those are the 2 albums, and then in between that, hold on, I got somebody's ringing my bell. My bad. That you guys just got a feature from Sandy Soul. She's also an artist. And
Oh, nice.
She's in my club right now. Yeah, she's actually a really good singer.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she's actually a dope ass singer. But yeah, that's basically it. So where were we? Yeah, so I got the 2 albums coming out, and then I'm working on a whole bunch of freestyles and things like that. And that's basically it right now. And like remixes to stuff, and also putting in and then I have a pop rock album called Andy Jupiter also.
Oh, word?
Yeah, that's gonna be like all pop rock vibes. Like I released a snippet of one song called Stay With You.
Yeah.
And I put that out on Instagram, and a lot of people liked it. And that's really me just living like my pop rock fantasies. Like, wow, I forgot to name like a major influence of mine, which is the lead singer of Queen. That's Freddie Mercury, which is who I got my name from, as Andy Jupiter.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah. So that's one of my major influences as well. That's the 3rd most talented man to ever exist, in my opinion. Right behind Michael and Prince, you got Freddie Mercury.
All amazing writers, singers, and performers.
Yeah. So definitely a massive Queen fan. So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's
up.
up.
Album would be cool. And plus, it just allows me to test the waters with different things and stuff like that too. Like it's just fun, you know. Like I don't like to pigeonhole myself, you know. Like if I have the talent and the ability to create a certain type of music, I don't stop myself from creating that type of music.
Right.
You know, like I don't box myself in. I feel like a lot of people box themselves in, and then you lose out on a whole potential demographic of something that might actually be good. You gotta at least try it, you know. So.
And let me ask you though about one of my favorite songs so far of yours, like the one called "Ballad of Pain." Like, what was the inspiration behind that particular song? Because that's a deep song.
All right, so Ballad of Pain. Ballad of Pain is really a song from Guru, the late Guru from Gangstar.
Right.
Okay?
I know Guru.
It's Gangstar and DJ Premier and J. Cole. It's what J. Cole said is his last feature that he's ever doing. So at the time when the song came out, it like made headlines because J. Cole said that's the last feature he's ever doing.
Right.
And it's a primo beat. DJ Premier is like one of my favorite hip hop producers, like pure hip hop specifically, like boom bap beats. I love rapping on official boom bap. And as soon as I heard it, I wrote it the same day I heard it. And I was like, I gotta body this. And then I was like, I usually, anytime I'm rapping with a boom bap flow, it'll usually be in a braggadocious lane. I was like, I'm gonna still keep that because people like my braggadocious bars. But I was like, I'm gonna also include like some real life bars in there too. And just talk about things that really like resonate with me and like truths about me. Like I have crooked teeth, you know, like stuff like that, you know. So I put that on the song. So like, you know, it's just more real. Like I'm talking about a lot of real stuff on that freestyle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made me identify with that, because I was like, damn, he's spitting some real shit right here, because not many people even admit their own faults or anything that you know other people may notice and have some shit to say about it. But you're like, I know all of this already. I don't need you to tell me that. Like, and you was putting them facts down. And I was like, yo, this is what I look for when it comes to music. Like, hard shit.
Yeah, a lot of people like that one a lot, man. A lot of people, like, they love that like, as soon as, like, I know, like, with Ballad of Pain, I knew I had something crazy, though, because, one, it does that burst flow that you were talking about. Yo, like, I'm doing the whole burst flow. You're one of a kind with the infinite flow. You blind if you think it ain't so. It's my Ballad of Pain, you know. It does that whole flow. And then, like, with Lucchini, I just really did this insanely fast flow that I know people can't emulate. Like, even most rappers can't do that fast flow that I did on Lucchini.
Lucchini is dope,
I
too.
To flex on certain parts and really show, like, the lyrical ability.
Like, I was listening to Lucchini just before we started recording.
Yeah.
That one is actually dope, too.
Yeah.
Like, your cadence and your flow on there is pretty dope.
Bringing them up, picking it up, because we can't get enough. Yeah, that part is that's. And that one I got shouted out by Ski Beats too. Like, Ski Beats got 80-something thousand on Instagram. He's a hip hop legend.
He is.
He made half of Reasonable Doubt for people who don't know. You know, like, he
for
made
Jay-Z.
Dead Presidents and stuff like that. You know, so I got Ski Beats' number. Like, Ski Beats fuck with me. Like, he gave me the Camp Low cosign. He posted my version of Lucchini. Like, yo, this is it. No pun intended. Feel me?
Yeah. So that's why Lucchini has the nickname This Is It.
Well, yeah, because the original song is This Is It, what? Lucchini pouring from the sky, let's get lit, what? And that's like the original Camp Low song.
Right.
And then my version, I'm paying homage to all of their flows. You know, like, I'm using a lot of the Camp Low flows, and then I'm, like, more updating it with, like, a more real current flow. But yeah, that's basically the story of Lucchini. I love to rap over old school hip hop beats. That's, like, really where my passion comes from, you know? Plus, it's also what keeps me honest. I feel like I gotta do one of those every once in a while just to flex the lyrical ability. And then I'll put out the music as is. You know, the music is something different. But as far as, like, just giving people some dope raps, like, I'm always gonna kick the freestyle for them, you know? So I always gotta keep a couple of those locked and loaded. Like, I got one I haven't released yet. It's also in that same name. It's off of Kehlani beat. I call it Gangsta Kehlani. It's one of, like, her hard ass beats. And I just did a freestyle of that, so I'll be dropping that within the next 2 weeks or so.
Oh, that's what's up. And also, there was one more thing that I wanted to ask you. Now, as far as the Young series, what inspired you to create the Young series? I see you have Young Genuine, the Young Janet Jackson, Young Lucchini, and even though it doesn't say Young at the front of it, Cosmic Alicia Keys, but that it's sort of like a Young song too, because that's a homage to.
It is.
Yeah. So what inspired you to actually hit all of those beats?
So those are okay. So this is So I like to channel that artist when they were young and they made that song, right?
Right.
So these are all songs that those artists made when they were younger than what they are now, right?
Right.
Not recent songs are there, just old songs when they were young. People are also always thrown off with, like, my image also. They think I'm really young and I'm really not. I look deceptively young. So I just ran with that because people are always confused by how old I actually am, and I hide it from, like, the internet. Like, it's nowhere, like, on the web. So people are just, like, still trying to figure out how old I really am. But I don't reveal that information at all. But
you're gonna keep it? Damn.
I mean, it's not, you know what it is? It really just goes against my personal ethos of, like, the things I hold true to myself and believe. Like, if I really gave a real explanation, I'd probably sound crazy. I have a lot of Taoist and Buddhist beliefs and life cycles and reincarnation. So, like, my real age, I'm more between 600 and 800, to keep it real with you. But, like, as far as my physical vessel, that's a whole other thing. But I just don't like giving people the opportunity to control my narrative on, like, what I should be, who I should be, based on my physical appearance. That doesn't make any sense to me, you know? So I like to remove that, because then people will put you in a box. They'll be like, you're too young, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that, strictly based off your appearance. So if I can hold one of those cards in my deck without you seeing it, then I'm gonna. But yeah, the Young series is basically me paying homage to the young versions of like artists I really respect, you know?
That's what's up. Like, even when
it's just, and then it lets me put them on to a younger generation.
That's true.
Right.
People be thinking Young Janet Jackson is just a song. Like, no, that's just like that's the way love goes. You know?
Exactly.
Like, people don't even know. They think that's like my dope ass beat. Like, nah, that's just me doing a freestyle over her song. You know?
That's what's up, though.
But then it makes people go back and do the history. Like, I'm definitely going to do a Young Mariah Carey. I got some stuff in the works. I got a whole bunch ready, honestly.
Young Michael Jackson too?
Yeah, you never know. I might, even though I like to keep it to people who have a boom bap beat. I'm trying to think of like a Michael joint that has a boom bap drum that I can rap over. Because that's the way love goes, has boom bap drums. Like Honey from like Mariah Carey has boom bap drums. It has to be something that I can rhythmically rap over as well. But Mike probably has something. I'm just not. I haven't really thought too deeply on it yet. But yeah,
there's probably, I don't know what it is. This beat that Michael did, I think you would actually be able to spit to. Like, I don't know if you heard the song "Whatever Happens."
Whatever happens.
It's kind of a slow rhythmic beat, and it has that kind of boom pat sort of beat.
Yeah,
look up the instrumental though. Once we finish recording though, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, oh shit, I see what he's talking about. And it has that.
If they got a boom bap drum set, I'll definitely do something with that.
I would play it, but I don't want them to flag it if I go to put it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Cause I know how they are. But that's definitely a beat I can see you spitting to.
The Young series is just me paying homage to, like, you know, and also exposing everybody to like these artists that they might not be aware of, you know. Or even the song, they might not be aware of the actual song, you know?
Right. I definitely respect and admire that.
To me, like, it's like, yeah.
You're definitely bringing the old school into the newer generation, so I definitely have an appreciation and respect for that.
Yeah, you know what it is? Like, everybody has their lane, man. Like, that's what I just realized. Like, it's not like I don't have to do I don't have to occupy a space that anybody else is occupying. Nobody's occupying my space. So I can do and create the kind of music, and I have my own lane, and my light doesn't dim yours and vice versa, you know? Yeah. There's nobody else who's really doing what I do. And I know that there are droves of people who appreciate it. I got a peek into that with the Janet Jackson post. I still go on that post and answer people back in the comment section. There's so many comments still there. Those are all potential supporters and followers. So I'm always going back in there. I'll probably go back after this and just like respond to a bunch of comments and just get some new followers.
There you go.
So that's what's the wonders of the world of Kid Hyphen is. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I try to be as transparent as possible with everything. I hope, you know, you guys got everything you wanted, you know?
Well, definitely having you come onto the podcast and share your story with us, and also share some of your talent, your music that I've been bumping since Dove Angel would put me on about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Please, like, yo, just keep sharing everything y'all see, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, wherever y'all see me, keep sharing, because you never know. Like, you might have a friend or somebody, they might see me in that new light, then I get a new supporter, you know? That's really the biggest thing, is like support. Like, just support the content.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is there any body you want to shout out? Any businesses that you're currently into? Any social media? Anywhere that people can follow you?
Absolutely. I would say for people to follow me at Kid Hyphen. That's all my social media. That's Twitter. That's TikTok. That's Instagram. I mean, the main thing I'm trying to do now is get my subscribers up on YouTube. The YouTube is under the company name Blue L, because it's so crazy. I didn't even talk about this, but I'm also a video editor. Like, I edit all my music videos.
Nice.
So all the music videos you see, I've edited those completely. So yeah, that's where all my music videos and all my content is out on YouTube. And it's important for me to get it there because I'm trying to get those watch hours. Then the YouTube, I'm able to monetize it. So let's eat a little bit. Well, not you, not really, but at some point, that's the hope, to get it, you know, to that level and just be able to put out content and have another stream of income. But yeah, that's basically it. Blue L YouTube. That's Blue, the letter L. All my social medias are Kid Hyphen. It's KIDHYPHEN. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I got to promote on my end, for sure.
Well, guys, you heard it. Follow him on social media at Kid Hyphen. I'm going to post his information in the description box down below so you guys can check out his music. He has music on SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter. His music is dope. Definitely, Dove Angel and I, we putting our stamp on it, y'all. So, y'all definitely need to support Kid Hyphen and support his music, share his music, and definitely get this out there. Help this young brother get his music out there. So, Moonwalkers.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Moonwalkers, show some love to Kid Hyphen.
No.
But we thank you for coming on to our podcast and joining us tonight.
Appreciate it. Loved being a guest. Such a dope stream of thought. Got my mind off of things, you know, for like being in this quarantine. And yeah, man, just a good ass comment, man. I would love to come back again and again and again. So let me know.
Sure,
definitely.
All right.
We would definitely love to have you back.
Sounds good. Dope. I'll be there.
All right, much love, Kid Hyphen. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us again.
Take care.
Appreciate y'all, man, and hit me with the link as soon as that drops.
Got you. Well, much love, everybody. This is episode 9 of the Moonwalkers Chat podcast with Dove Angel D and Just Mr. P. And this was our guest, Kid Hyphen. And we will see you guys next week. Much love, everybody.
Bye. Ciao.
And if you'd like to hear more from our podcast, please continue to like, subscribe, and comment on these podcasts, as more is coming soon. And we will see you guys for next episode. Take care, everybody.